Okay, we're back for Romans 14, verses 10 through 12. It reads, "But why dost thou judge thy brother? Or why dost thou set at naught thy brother? For we shall all stand before the judgment seat of Christ. For it is written, As I live, saith the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God." If you'll read the above verses carefully, you'll notice how it magnifies Jesus Christ. According to verse 10, we will stand before the judgment seat of Christ, and verse 12 says that when we do, we will give account to God. When we stand before Jesus Christ, we'll be standing before God. An excellent text on the deity of Christ. Now watch as the new versions throw Jesus Christ clear out of the passage by replacing the word Christ with God. And of the top 5 that I've been referencing, only the King James and New King James says judgment seat of Christ. The other translation says judgment seat of God. So is the accusation here valid? Or the new versions throwing out Jesus Christ and replacing it with God? Bruce Metzger in his commentary says about this word, the word God instead of the word Christ. At an early date, and he's quoting, so you got Marcion, Tertullian, Origen, Demontius, Epiphanius, Polycarp. The reading God, which is supported by the best witnesses, Sinaiticus, Vaticanus, B, C, D, G, 1739, and other witnesses, was supplanted by Christ, probably because of influence from 2 Corinthians 5:10, because it has judgment seat of Christ at 2 Corinthians 5:10. Kind of a similar situation of the Colossians passage. You got Colossians and Ephesians, similar wording. The phrase judgment seat of Christ, is familiar to scribes, so it's very easy they would have carried that over. But all of the new translations, all 5 of the top 5, King James, New King James, ESV, NIV, and New American Standard, at 2 Corinthians 5:10, all say judgment seat of Christ. So, the argument that the new translations are somehow trying to hide something there, that's pretty weak. Because Christ and God, Christ is God, right? Again, it's kind of a stretch, but let's flip this around, okay? Let's say I was a, let me pull up my Bible, my Bible verses here. Let's say I was a, hold on, I'll give it to you. Let's say I was an NIV onlyist or an ESV onlyist. I'm going to go with that. ESV onlyist. Where I say that the English Standard Version is the only one for English speaking people. It's God's pure words. The rest of them are corrupt perversions. They're satanic. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you how the King James translators are taken away from the deity of Christ. I want you to turn in your Bibles to Acts 16 verse 7. Acts 16 verse 7. The King James says, "After they were come to Mysia, they essayed to go into Bithynia, but the Spirit suffered them not." But see, right there, because in the English Standard Version it says, "But the Spirit of Jesus did not allow them." So see, the King James, they took out Jesus. They took out the name Jesus. They just have spirit in there. Maybe they're spiritualist. Maybe they're all about being in the Spirit. You see what I'm saying? It's the same kind of argumentation that's being used on the other side. It can Acts 16:7. You can look it up yourself. So if the new translation were trying to hide something, Why would they put of Jesus there when the King James doesn't even have Jesus? King James just says Spirit. It's crazy. All of this is crazy, y'all. Anyway, the next verse we're going to look at is Acts 8:37. Acts 8:37. I'm hoping I'm giving you some food for thought. Really. God bless you. See you on the next one.